So if I'm looking for land, then what's the best places? Uh, Obviously, working with somebody who does land like yourself, but like, what are some of the best places to be looking at? What, like, if it's for sale, or is a lot of times it's just off the public listings, or is there separate
Best place
sites?
like on the computer, or
Yeah.
best place geographically, like to go?
Let's go with both in that sense. We'll start with if
Gotcha.
I'm just researching on the computer, like finding certain areas and looking for land.
I would
Obviously,
say
you can
stay away from Zillow.
yeah, because you can like check mark the box to say lots or land, right?
Yeah.
But it's like
Zillow just is.
it's not intended for that, really. I don't think
It's not really intended for it. And Zillow, here's the thing. When it comes to a lot of these vertical listing sites, Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, everything that they're getting on those sites, unless it's a for sale by owner, but everything they're getting from those sites is coming from a source. It's coming from a source of where some other realtor holds their membership.
Yeah.
It is much better to go onto that local MLS if you're really interested in staying on a system than going on Zillow. You might say, yeah, well, it's easier. It's like, well, do you want it to be easy or do you want it to be right? You know, like, so
I think I've found even on Zillow, like a lot of times, like it's like, oh, the land's not even for sale. And it was just still, it was like sold and it's never been updated.
Because it didn't like syndicate from the, yes, go to the source. That's always my thing, whether it's a house or land. But then what sources are there? I'd say Costar, who owns like they own apartments.com, they own LoopNet, they also own Lands of America, land.com, like they own all these different things.
Yeah.
A lot of land specialists will put their stuff on Lands of America. Not all, but a lot of them will. And then there's a lot of mom and pop things that don't belong to MLS associations at all. And then some bigger things. An example of something bigger would be Whitetail Properties.
Yeah.
They are notorious for not being a part of MLS associations. They want complete control, understandably, of all of their listings, and they want it to be such that you have to call them in order to get more information.
Yeah.
And they want to keep as much business as
possible.
possible.
Which is why, obviously, I would say it's more pivotal for somebody like yourself to work with in that sense, because there's just so many more variables as far as what's out there, how to find it, where to search for it.
There really are. I mean, between a place like Whitetail Properties, which I know a lot of those guys and they're awesome, but the way they operate, they're like, we are independent of the MLS. Now they'll put some of their stuff on Zillow, but they're independent. And then there's just like mom and pop stuff where they're like, we're not a part of an MLS.
I'm not familiar with Whitetail. Is that
Whitetail Properties?
It's
national.
It's a national thing.
Whitetail Properties is owned by a guy named Dan Perez. He started it, I don't know how many years ago, but it's kind of hunting slanted, but they will sell things that are, like beautiful estates with a cabin on it, like a really nice cabin, or even sometimes I do see a home on there every once in a while, but they really skew toward the recreational side of land in general with some agricultural applications. And I can't remember what state they started in, but they are everywhere.